Hey guys, and welcome to the beautiful town of Valldemossa, set on the Tramontana Mountains. We're only a 15-20 minute drive away from Palma, but it feels like we're in a completely different world. It's absolutely beautiful here, it's stunning. I'm going to show you around. I'm going to show you why it's well worth the trip. Also, today we're going to go and take a tour around Sóller and Port de Sóller. I'm going to take a historic tram ride as well. Valldemossa is famous for its Moorish architecture. It dates back to the 14th century and the buildings here are absolutely stunning with a sort of honey-coloured stone. You can just wander the streets here, get lost. They're all really narrow. It's perfect for taking photos as well. One of this town's most famous residents was the composer Chopin. He lived here with his French lover during the winter of 1838 and 1839, and many people flock here for that reason. But the time in this town wasn't actually a bed of roses. His French lover George Sand, she actually wrote about her experience here and, well, she hated it. And I can't see why, because it's absolutely beautiful, it's steeped in history. It's got that famous connection, but don't let what anyone says or what people have said in the past put you off from visiting here. It's well worth a visit. With a population of around 2,000 people, Valldemossa's quiet and picturesque streets are sprinkled with shops, art galleries, cafes and restaurants. Doorways are lined with beautiful plants and flowers. And whilst the village is small and quaint, it's a fabulous place to wander and discover the many streets and alleyways that line this historic village. All of these alleys and all of these little roads are just so cute, so quaint, so picturesque. I love it here. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say, as I'd love to live here. It's now time to leave the beautiful town of Valldemossa, but there is still so much to enjoy in this area of Mallorca. Our tour bus drives through the picturesque village of Deià. Deià is another historic village within the Tramontana mountain range, and many people flock here for the beauty of the village, but also for cycling holidays and for the views of the Mediterranean Sea. So we've moved further along the coast and we're now in the town of Sóller, famous for its beautiful, quaint little trams and also quaint village. Let's explore this charming little town and see why you must visit here. Sóller is famous for its trams or streetcars. The trams have been clunking through the streets of Sóller since 1913, and compared to other urban trams or streetcars, this one is pretty unique as it joins the mountains with the sea in a half-hour trip. I'll be taking a ride on one of these trams later on in the video, but for now, let's explore what else there is to see in Sóller. That right behind me has got to be the classiest Santander bank that I've ever seen. So behind me here you can see the Tramontana mountain range, and Sóller is nestled well within this mountain range. And what Sóller is famous for are its orange and its lemon groves, and everywhere you walk you'll be able to see them. And in the end of the 19th century, that is what made Sóller so rich. They were able to sell their oranges, but not to the city of Palma. It couldn't reach it because of this mountain range, which is just behind me. In fact, they were able to sell the oranges to France, and in particular to the city of Marseille. And because of that, the town of Sóller, where I am today, reached its wealth, reached its heritage. And a lot of these buildings are steeped in that heritage and that culture and the wealth that we see right here today. So this tour that I've done today of Valldemossa, Sóller, Sóller, and the tram ride from Sóller to Port de Sóller is all from Get Your Guide, and there's a link in the description below so that you can book on this exact same tour. It's well worth the money, it's €41, and for that you get everything. You get a coach transfer from your hotel, and you get to see absolutely all of the towns on this itinerary, so make sure you book below. One thing I would definitely say about Mallorca as well is that it is so much more than the beaches and then the sea that people think. I think a lot of people think of Mallorca and instantly think of Magaluf and the nightlife, but it's so much more than that. There's so much culture here. As much culture as places like Dubrovnik, as Barcelona, as Marrakesh. Yet people, for some reason, just think of the party lifestyle or think that it's somewhere that their parents used to go in the late 80s or early 90s. But it is so much more than that. And it's definitely well worth visiting Mallorca for places like this. Sóller, Valldemossa, Pollença. It's just started raining as we're just about to get on the tram. But hey, we're British, we're used to the rain. The tram is a unique experience that any tourist to Sóller must do. As it leaves from Sóller railway station, you'll be treated to more views of Sóller itself on your way down to the port. The tram passes through Sóller's main square, La Plaza de la Constitución, and as it leaves the main town, you'll be able to admire the rugged landscape and mountains that encircle this area. To get off the tram and explore Port de Sóller. Welcome to Port de Sóller. It's just a few kilometers down from Sóller town itself. It's still raining, hence the reason why the beach right behind me is empty, but we're getting that lovely smell of petrichor. It's beautiful here. It gives me Positano vibes from Italy. You can see why it's one of the most popular destinations here on the island of Mallorca. And even though it's raining, it's still really warm, and it is actually quite a refreshing change to get that little bit of rain or drizzle. Let's explore Port de Sóller. If you look right behind me, you can see that the bay that we're in here at Port de Sóller is actually in a horseshoe shape. And that actually made it a good natural protection from pirates, from the choppy seas. And that's why the Port de Sóller is such an important port here on Mallorca. Port de Sóller is a great place to unwind and chill at the beach. There are also plenty of restaurants and bars lining the seafront. And it's a perfect place just to relax with an ice-cold sangria. So I hope you've enjoyed this video of Valldemossa, Port de Sóller and Sóller itself. I've been Mike the Travelling Scouser, and you, as always, have been awesome. Please give me a like and hit subscribe below. I'll catch up with you next time. Ciao for now.